Bourbon, bluegrass, and the Bible.
Good morning, all. I'm walking through downtown heading to get my lunch. Had a meeting this morning as part of my job. I help plan funerals for the parish that I work at, and I had a pretty amazing moment. Two men died this week at our parish. One of them was one of the first people I got to know in the parish. Came to Bible study and it was always a smiling face, shaking your hand as you walk by. Just kind of like that uncle that would just kind of say, look at you like, hey, how you doing? And not have to say much, but just a smile and a friendly handshake. Come to find out, both men had gone to school together, had gone to high school together here at St. Joe Prep at Spalding Hall. This is where this high school used to be. If you've ever been to the Bourbon Festival, you know what Spalding Hall is. They went to the Army at the same time. They moved back to the same area, went to the same church their whole life, got married, raised their kids, and were friends until the end. And turns out that they died about 15 minutes apart from each other. And that brought a smile to my face because I hear so much lately about loneliness in our society, especially among men. And it made me realize that you have to work at it. You have to keep that connection to somebody. I don't know that they made every decision in their life based on each other, but they were constants in each other's lives. They were fellow parishioners, classmates. That's really cool. And it brought to mind for me the relationship between John Adams and Thomas Jefferson. And if you don't know the story, Adams and Jefferson got to be very close with each other when they were ambassadors for the United States in Europe. And then after Adams lost the presidency to Jefferson, Adams being the second president and Jefferson being the third, they fell out and didn't speak for a long time. And it actually really hurt Adams's wife, Abigail, because she was quite close with Thomas Jefferson, who was a widower. They became kind of confidants. So when Abigail died, after not speaking for several years, Adams felt the need to write Thomas Jefferson and let him know. Both were now out of politics and in their twilight years. This struck up a correspondence that lasted till the dying days of both of them, years. I think for like 10 years they wrote each other. I don't know the exact number, but I think it was about a decade. They wrote each other back and forth, back and forth. And funny enough, they both died on July 4th. I think it was almost 50 years, or if not 50 years, after the Declaration had been signed and proclamated across the United States or the colonies at that time. So these two men wrote the Declaration together, became friends, lost their friendship, and rediscovered it. And when I was talking to these two families this week, that struck me because friendship is something you have to cultivate. It's not something that just comes naturally. Sometimes you find yourself naturally drawn to people, but to stay in a relationship that is fruitful and uplifting to both of you, it's a lot of work. It's not always easy, and you find over time you'll drift from friends because of what you've got in your life. But it doesn't take a lot to keep it. A handshake, a smile, an acknowledgement of just the presence of another person. So that really impacted me today, and I wanted to put that out there because I just think that's an amazing thing. And in this age of modern technology, we feel very connected but very alone. And that to me was just an inspiring thing. So to all my friends out there that are still here with us watching this, I love all of you. I hope the best for you, and I hope that maybe when I go to the gates, maybe there's a friend there to accompany me to that throne of judgment, that we can go and say to the Lord in defense of each other, I know this to be a good man. I know this to be a good friend. So anyway, God bless. I hope this maybe stirred something in you, and I hope you all keep aging towards perfection. Have a good day.
Bourbon, bluegrass, and the Bible.